move to my little art space. If you're watching the replay, this is our Mandala Universes. I'm Carol. Typically, I lead on Saturdays these days. We're a bunch of people that gather together and check in with one another, do a little reading, a little meditation, and draw mandalas. Mandalas are circles, and in those circles you could put whatever you like. So I'll show you some of mine. Here's one. There's some other ones. There's another one. That's one of my favorite ones. That's what we do. We draw mandalas. Hi, Miss Anne. Hi, Deb. Deb said, oh no, did I miss our start? No. I literally just got on. Didn't miss a thing, Deb. How are you ladies checking in today? Maybe I'm going to go out. Oh, there it is. Okay. The video, maybe I'm going to go out. Oh, there it is. Okay. The video was probably frozen. It was frozen on my end because it is freezing here. It is literally single digits. It's 7 degrees here. Hi, Amy. Hi, Cheryl, Miss Anne, Deb. Did I freeze? Did it freeze on your end, the video? It's going now. Yeah, Cheryl. And I know, Cheryl, that it's cold in San Francisco because I've been talking to my brother and I know it was like in the 40s. He's just south of the city. And yeah. I don't know, the video's going in and out and I'm sitting in my regular spot. I wonder if it's literally that it's so freezing cold here. I don't know. Amy's saying, I think it was frozen, but you're good now. Good. Yeah. Cheryl said we're wimps. No, Cheryl, it's all relative. You know, you're not used to 40 degrees. That's cold. In I remember the days when San Francisco was a consistent like 65, 60, 70 degrees and everything's changed. And I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking about everybody in Washington State that are just suffering. I know Portland, it's probably really cold and icky there too. And Starlight Dreams Peace. I see and hear you clearly. I do not know. Oh, Leticia, that's you. Hi. And Lynn says hi and says, I love your sweater. Thanks. Cheryl said it's the damp and the cold that gets into your bones and kidneys. Yeah. Yeah. Lynn, are you new to our group? I don't know if I know you. But welcome. Michelina's here and says, good morning. I was up and lost track of time. Yeah, me too. I was talking to my daughter before, just texting with her. So, well, welcome, Lynn. Glad you're here. Is there somebody in the group that you know that attracted you to the group? Kathy's here. Lynn saying thank you. Guess we could do a little grounding. And maybe before that, if anybody else wants to check in and say how they're feeling. If anybody wants to moderate, that would be great too. Thanks, Michelina. Deb says excited. Clear skies for the meteor showers tonight. Yeah. I heard they're going to be here. But nobody where I live is going to be outside because it's going to be way below zero with the wind chill. Single digits and yeah, just really, really cold. Amy says, checking in, feeling filled up. I hope that's in a good way. Thank you to my moderators that are helping while I'm leading. For some reason. I know usually it's on subscribers only mode, but I didn't get there. Michelina says she's feeling achy too and feeling loved this morning, says Kathy. That's wonderful. All right, my friends, let's do a little, oh my God. My singing bowl, it's freezing. It's so cold. But let's do a little meditation. If you want to get comfortable where you are, hopefully you have some nice warm blankets around you. And when we're done, Amy, if you have time, and just let me know how before I go on. I know it always says, is it for kids? And I always say, no, it's not for kids. But I don't know how to monitor the other things. So I'd appreciate a little help. Thank you, whoever turned on subscribers only. Go ahead and get comfy where you are if you want to close your eyes. Right now, I want to think warm thoughts. The warm thoughts that come to me right away are my friends around the world that surround me in this 30 minutes that we're together. Off the top of my head, for those that are here, I know we've got people in Arizona, Nevada, California, Illinois. Often we have people from Kenya, sometimes from Scotland, from Ireland that join us, sometimes from Finland. Take a nice deep breath in. And let it out. Bring it on in again. I'm letting the warmth of the friendships that have been established here surround me and warm my heart and my soul. I'm letting the beauty of this day come into my body and appreciate that I have a roof over my head and heat in my home. food on my table. Just feeling a lot of gratitude today. And when you open your eyes, if you want to start drawing your mandala, if you haven't already, please go right ahead. And Amy's saying, of course, yeah, Amy, I'll give you a call as soon as we're done, if that's okay. Michelina's saying, feeling anxious about the amount of space in my life. Titrating the good stuff so I can receive the abundance without resistance. Miss M says, I bought a kitty Sherpa blanket to wear. So hilarious and toasty. Would love to see that. Now, I didn't choose a reading, but I'm going to look around my space and find a nice one. I think I just found it. It's actually a card from somebody in this group. I wonder if that person will remember. And it's from last year. It must have fallen out of my book. It says, Dearest Sister Carol, may you make joy in the new year. May you receive kindness and care. May you laugh your way home to love. I'll read that again. May you make joy in the new year. May you receive kindness and care. May you laugh your way home to love. And I'm going to laugh my way home this coming Thursday. I am leading a laughter yoga session here where I live. I have about 35 people signed up. And I'm going to make it holiday themed laughter. I think this is such a wonderful and stressful time for people that we need to lighten up. I'm going to show you. Yes, it is you, Michelina. I was going to show the card. The card is from you, darling. And it's perfect timing that it just pops into my vision right now. And Amy says it sounds like a Michelina card too. And Miss M saying making joy is the best way to be. And Deb says, oh, Miss M, adding that to my Dear Santa letter to get a kitty Sherpa blanket. Yay for laughing sessions. Yes, it will be a lot of fun. It will be a lot of fun. Okay, so certain parts of my house are colder than others, and this room that I lead from is super cold. I wasn't cold until I sat down in here, and maybe I can move to another room, but I have all my art supplies here, so I'm just going to hang in. I had a very exciting experience this morning. I get on the scale every day and weigh myself as I'm on this weight loss journey, and I am at a new low that I haven't seen in 13 years. So I'm quite excited about that. And it takes a lot of work to release that energy, but I'm glad it's working. Thank you, Kathy. And Amy says, wow, hope your body is feeling loved and better than ever. I do. I have so much energy, and every day I am either in the pool, walking in the pool, or lifting weights in the gym, or on the elliptical, and I feel like my body is the strongest it's been in years. Because, I'm also the oldest I've been in years. So it's pretty amazing that all those things happen at once. So, very cool. Very cool. It's interesting. I started drawing and I have like a raging ocean in my drawing. And I'm nowhere near the ocean, as you all know. And won't be for some time. In March, I'll be by the ocean. Need a haircut. Looking like not quite together here. We've got lots of time to draw and chat. I'm gonna go grab a sweater. I'll be right back. Hello, much better. Oof. Okay. Oh, Deb is saying, last call today for White Hearts Exchange. Let me know. So, yeah. I think I said I'm in. Miss M says, you must, Deb. This one has floppy ears, and there's a puppy version too. She's talking about her Sherpa sweater, Sherpa blanket, I think it is, right? Yeah. I've been seeing ads for these pajamas that you can get, I'm sure any kind of photo on there, but this one is advertising for photos of your pet. And it has people holding their pet, and their pajamas have pictures all over of their pet. It's very cute. Miss M is asking, was there an email about the White Hearts? And Deb said, not yet. Today, though. Yeah, you sent something, Deb. I know I had received it. And Skyle's here. Hello. She says, good morning. Been watching from laptop and I can't post a chat from there, so I switched to my phone. Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Um, Michelina, I'm looking at this card that you got me, and I thought it was from San Francisco, but it is actually Sea Lion Caves in Florence, Oregon. And it says, this aerial photograph view of the Hecate Head Lighthouse shows how rugged the shoreline is in this area. It shows the lightkeeper's cabin nearby and just about all of the entire head. Literally thousands of visitors travel to this spot each year to drink in the beauty of this dramatic spot. So pretty. Miss M is saying hi to Skyle, and Skyle is saying, hi, Miss M, been trying to find you. I have a reading. I have another reading I want to share with you. And it makes me think of wintertime in the woods. And it's called 5 a.m. in the Pine Woods by Mary Oliver. It says, I'd seen their hoof prints in the deep needles and knew they ended the long night under the pines, walking like two mute and beautiful women toward the deeper woods. So I got up in the dark and went there. They came slowly down the hill and looked at me sitting under the blue trees. Shyly, they stepped closer and stared from under their thick lashes and even nibbled some damp tassels of weeds. This is not a poem about a dream, though it could be. This is a poem about the world that is ours or could be. Finally, one of them, I swear it, would have come to my arms, but the other stamped sharp hoof in the pine needles like the tap of sanity, and they went off together through the trees. When I woke, I was alone. I was thinking, so this is how you swim inward. So this is how you flow outward. So this is how you pray. And it makes me think of the book that I'm reading. It's called Heartwood. And it's about a woman who right now I think she gets lost in the woods, but I don't know if she's choosing to be in the woods in Maine. And this whole group of people that are trying to find her. And it's a really interesting book, and it just relates. I think a lot of people in our circle would enjoy it. It's actually, I found it because it was on the New York Times bestseller list. I'm going to go get the book, and I'm going to show you the cover because it's really pretty. I'll be right back. This is the cover of the book. It's called Heartwood by Amity Gage. And I love the painting on the cover. Yeah. Kathy said my shoes sound like galoshes in the mud. Yeah. I've got flip-flops on. But yes, they do. It sounds really loud. So let me see. There's been a lot of comments, so I just want to catch them all. Michelina was saying the card that she sent me was from her Southern Oregon coast trip. And Skyle says, got a new phone and contacts seem to be missing, Miss M. And Michelina says, now nobody needs to pay to go to the sea lion caves anymore. There are sea lions everywhere. Excuse me, up and down the Oregon coast. And Miss M is saying, ah. Oh, and Kathy is saying, I need a good fiction book. Any other recommendations? Oh, yeah, I have a lot of them. Hang on a second. Let me read the rest of these. And she said, my shoes sound like galoshes in the mud. And Amy said, oh, yes, that's on my list. Oh, Amy, I went and ordered 5 books from my library, and this was the only one that was there. Deb is saying, Secret of the Pink Dolphin, and Running the Amazon, and Lost and Found. So there's a few book recommendations. I heard, I listened to a podcast that Julia Louis-Dreyfus does called Wiser Than Me, and she talks to older, well-known women. And the last one I listened to, she was interviewing Glenn Close. And Glenn Close was in Dangerous Liaisons, that movie, and it had been a book. And that's on my list to read because it sounds really good and creepy. So I like a good creepy book every now and then. And the one book that I have recommended, I probably already recommended it to you, Kathy, and other people. If you like historical fiction, The Invention of Wings by Sue Monk Kidd. Takes place during the Civil War, and it's parallel stories of a privileged Caucasian family, a young girl that her parents gift her with a slave that is also 10 years old. And the book parallels both of their lives and has a lot of well-known people that come in and out of it, like Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and it was during the suffrage movement, so it's a really cool book. Yeah. Deb is recommending The Great Gatsby also. So, lots of book recommendations, and my goodness, Kathy said, I read that, so good. Love Sue Monk Kidd so much. Yeah, I got to meet her. I had very personal conversations with her. She was at an event for a weekend that I was at. She was awesome. Awesome. And Leticia is also saying The Invention of Wings is amazing. So Kathy, Leticia, and I all recommend that book. Okay, it's 10:30, my friends. I love you all. Mwah. Have a marvelous week. I'll see you in the ethers, and I'll see you next Saturday. And Amy, if you're going to be around, I'm going to call you in just a moment, and we'll figure out how to get people, just the subscribers, to come in here. Thanks so much. Love you. Bye.